Look at what's going on in the weather in the news today. The weather says cold, but warming. The news says everyone in the government's a pedophile. And I mean everyone. Even the ones that aren't in the government are pedophiles too, apparently. Apparently, if you have more than like $1 million, you are probably a pedophile or associated in some way with Jeffrey Epstein. That's basically the gist of what I'm seeing here. It's the gist of what I'm seeing. I hate that cat so much. I hate when people come and mess with my keyboard. But anyway, yeah, so let's look up the well, Eric, where can we review these things? I want to see the Epstein library. It's a fucking library. I'm not a robot. Wow, amazing. Yes. Well, that was easy. They didn't even ask for my age or anything. They just said, yeah, fuck it. That's fine. Court records, DOJ disclosures, Freedom of Information Act records, House Committee on Oversight and Government Reform disclosure. Let's go to the DOJ disclosures. Court records. Court records are important. Let's do that. So, 2010. Jesus, there's... Holy shit, they weren't kidding. There's a lot of these fucking files. Holy fuck. That's fucking... Just on these 2 pages, that's over 200 PDFs. Yeah, it's crazy stuff, definitely. It's definitely crazy stuff. Let's look at this one. Darren K. Indyke and Richard D. Kahn as joint personal representatives of the estate of Jeffrey E. Epstein, 9 East 71 Street Corporation, Laurel Incorporated, Financial Trust Company Incorporated, NES LLC, Maple Incorporated, LSJE LLC, HBRK Associates Incorporated. Anyway, let's see what it says. Let's see what it says. It says nothing on this, so let's do the next one. It also says nothing on that one. Let's do the next one. Anything damning for anything? For what I've seen, a lot of people, because a lot of people are going through all of this. How's it hanging? How's it hanging? A lot of people are going through all of these, and there's like a lot of people just, you know, generally scanning this to find, you know, of course they want to find something incriminating and lock up the people responsible. Maybe that's not the, let's look at the Epstein Files Part 1. Total deleted pages, 258 pages have been deleted. That's what it says. Yeah, wow, it's definitely been redacted quite heavily. WSTA child prostitution, the request case be opened and assigned. From March 2005 through February 2006, the Palm Beach County Police Department conducted an investigation involving the subjects Jeffrey Epstein, date of birth, redacted, redacted, date of birth, redacted, date of birth, redacted, large swath of redacted, redacted, Epstein, redacted, redacted, Epstein's, redacted, redacted. This is just like a bunch of redacted stuff, and this is not one of the, it's not one of the redacted pages that you can just like, you know, highlight and then retrieve. Whoa, hold up. Maybe it is. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna copy and paste that, and then I'm gonna paste it just into my browser. Oh yeah, no, it's definitely been actually redacted, so you can't see anything on this page. Let's go to the next one. Part 7. There have been 321 total deleted pages. And of these 321 deleted pages, Jesus, it's all redacted. Nothing on there at all. Let's go to the next one. Deleted pages. Lots more deleted pages. No files. It's quite a number of just redacted stuff. Mostly it's all just redacted pages, like it's listing the pages that they have deleted from what I'm seeing. Yeah, wow. That's pretty interesting. Epstein records, prison records, I don't know. Yo, what's up, Dustin? How's it hanging, bro? Let's see. It's just a bunch of redacted nonsense. It really is. Fucking hell. So I can see that people are having quite a number of issues with yeah, I can see that Commonwealth of okay, here we go. Suing for $50 million. At all relevant times, Epstein was an adult male, 52 years of age, a financier and money manager with a secret clientele limited exclusively to billionaires, a man of tremendous wealth, power, and influence, owns homes in New York, New Mexico, St. Thomas, and Palm Beach, Florida. The allegations herein concern Epstein's conduct while at his lavish estate in Palm Beach. Upon information and belief, Epstein has a sexual preference and obsession for underage minor girls. We already knew all that stuff. My day's going pretty good, bro. I'm just kind of scanning through all of these, Epstein files just to see what I can find, you know. And there is a lot. There is a lot of shit. Now, most of the stuff has been redacted. Like, a lot of it's been redacted. But these court documents, they don't really redact too much. The only thing they redact is the victim names. I guess to keep them, the young girl who recruited the Jane Doe was paid $100. This guy's a billionaire. He's only giving these bitches $100. That's funny. Well, he paid the whore $200 for sleeping with him. I say that surreptitiously. I don't actually necessarily mean she's a whore. This is a description of her being sexually assaulted. But I mean, at the same time, you know, like, tortiously assaulted Jane Doe sexually. I don't know what tortiously means. Let's what does that word mean? I don't know. I have no idea what tortiously means. Wrongful, injurious, employing tort or private injury for which the law gives damages. So this is just like a legalese term to get money, I assume. Something the lawyer came up with to describe it. Yeah, so apparently this Jane Doe here, this is dated February 5th, 2008. And it doesn't exactly, I don't remember reading exactly. It doesn't have an exact date. It says in or about 2004 to 2005. That's quite a broad amount of time. Jane Doe, then approximately 16 years old, fell into Epstein's trap and became one of his victims. Anyway, so carried out a scheme to help the girls in Florida, New York, and on his private island known as Little St. James and St. Thomas. Won't be named in the complaint because she was a minor at the time, so. Don't chew on that. Hold on. Oh yeah, she's a sweet girl when she wants to be. Anyway, yeah. So anyway, so there's going to be a lot of these redacted things. Um, so let's go to the next one. Jane Doe number 2. Through her undersigned counsel and pursuant to the Federal Rule of Civil Procedures 55A and SD Florida LR 7.1, hereby files this motion for entry of default against defendant and states as follows. On May 7, 2008, Jeffrey Epstein was served with a summons and complaint in this case. Okay. Okay, that's really nothing. So let's go to the next one. And the next one. See, there's a whole page here missing too. It goes from 7 to 9, so there's a page missing there. So I guess they just completely redacted that. Yeah, actually so it's for the love of money is the root of all evil, but yes, I get what you're saying. The root of all evil is life itself? No, I don't necessarily believe that. I think most life is good. Human life is typically the only evil one. We're the only one capable of committing evil. Example, you wouldn't call a tree evil because it fell on your car or something, you know. It's a tree. Only human life is capable of evil. You wouldn't call a tiger evil because it ate a villager. It's a tiger. That's what you expect a tiger to do. You know what I mean? Losing motivation on school? What kind of school? Primary school or like higher education? I'll give you advice if you just tell me what type of schooling you're losing the motivation for. Because if you're losing the motivation for high school, no, just go ahead and finish it out, bro. It's really it's simple, bro. It's just tough it out the next few years or however long you have left, and you know, just kind of enjoy it, honestly, because this is the last time in your life where things are going to seem very simple. After high school, life starts to actually get pretty difficult. So, and you gain a certain number of responsibilities. We are animals indeed, but the thing about that is that we are conscionable, or is that how you say that word? Anyway, we're conscientious. I can't talk. Conscientious. Whatever. You know what the word I'm saying is. We are conscious individuals. We are capable of deriving thoughts out of this. So, you know, our brains work on a higher level than the rest of the animals. We can discern good from evil, you know what I mean? And because of that, We are responsible for maintaining that. Let's see. So, yeah, but anyway, as far as the high school guy, listen, just finish high school, man. It's really not that bad. High school. A lot of people want to go back to high school, and there's a reason why. It's because life was easier back then, right? So I wish they would just start naming people, but we're gonna go down to 9-1. No, this is in Miami-Dade. Mr. Goldberger. I wonder what that guy's nationality is. If you want to do something, do it in high school. Yeah, short of like murder or child trafficking or something like that. Yeah, like if you want to do something, do it in high school. That there's really few consequences for you at this time. Or the consequences are relatively negligible for whatever dumb shit you might want to do in high school. I think that's a good time to get all the dumb shit you want to do out of the way, because once you become an adult, doing dumb shit is actually really frowned upon. So, Herman and Mermelstein, I assume that these are also long-nosed tribes. So they redacted these names in like the best way they could this time, I guess, by actually marking it off of the page, like the physical copy, and then scanning it. So these are actually redacted. There's no way we can determine who those names are. Oh man, okay, so we're on 10 now. 11 now. Just a bunch of legalese nonsense. No high profile names being listed. And I would just, Google like where it's at. I was long out of high school when the pandemic started, by like 7 years or more. It started December 2019, and then rapidly globalized, right? I knew that was going to happen, by the way. As soon as I saw that some doctor got sick and died in the Wuhan lab, some doctor from the Wuhan lab got sick and died in the hospital like a few weeks later, I knew that shit was about to go way out of proportion. There was nothing we could do about it. And I called it and said, in 2 weeks, I promise you this shit will be all across the United States. And I was right. 2 weeks later, they were reporting that shit all across the United States, starting to discuss lockdowns and this, that, and the other. Scamdemic. You were in high school during 9/11. I was not. During 9/11, I was in elementary school still. I was still learning elementary stuff. Man, so this is a bunch of stuff. A bunch of rigmarole and a bunch of just legalese, but nothing really damning for anybody, other than Jeffrey Epstein, of course, since all of these cases are filed against him. But nothing particularly particularly damning. But a few of them have said that he sexually assaulted girls. So there were a few damning things so far. State of Florida versus Jeffrey Epstein, case number 2006 CF 09454 AXX, 15th Judicial Court, Palm Beach. Civil action shall be stayed until the end of all phases of the criminal investigation. Criminal action. Yeah, they say like a lot of people are named in these files, but I mean they must have been really scanning through these files to find these names, because there's really not much of anything in them. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't have the patience to look through 3.5 million files of stuff. But yeah, so other than that, you know, the great replacement theory is real. Just go look at Europe. Beautiful afternoon to you as well, my friend. Appreciate that, Red Bull. Well, that sounds crazy. Don't go partying and waking up at random 20-year-old's house when you're in high school. That sounds like a bad thing to do. But anyway, besides all of that, I've actually got some beneficial things for you. Oh yeah, well, Hong Kong wanted to stay a dependent nation, right? Hong Kong, if a lot of people don't know this, Hong Kong is an island like very close to China, like right off the coast of China. Historically owned by the British for a while, you know, British colonialism. But anyway, they gave it back. China got full legal control over Hong Kong, which is one of its historical cities. But the people of Hong Kong did not want to go back to China. They did not. They enjoyed the freedoms, I guess. But yeah, no, that is a solid point that you make there. That is a solid point that you make there. It could have just been to lock down all the Chinese people in Hong Kong. That way, you know, the government there could take control of them again and rein everybody in. But I remember that was pretty wild. Like, if you think people were, and these people were actually protesting for like good reasons, you know, they wanted to maintain their sovereignty. They wanted to maintain their own governance and stuff. And China wasn't going to let that happen. But these dudes were like cementing bricks to the ground and like making barricades and all sorts of stuff. They were actually fighting the police over this situation. And rightfully so in a lot of ways. There's nothing like a riot in the United States where people are just retarded and doing dumb shit. That is a fact. But I actually do remember Hong Kong like that. And then notice that ever since China has taken over Hong Kong again, it has not gotten better. It has gotten substantially worse. But at least, you know, they're not big on foreigners there. They're not big on importing masses of foreigners there. They're very xenophobic. So at least they got part of that right. They know not to you know, try to subvert their own culture with mass migration. That seems like a bad idea to any kind of thinking society. But you know, the problem is the United States and a lot of Europeans are not really thinking societies. Yeah, thank you. It's a cool t-shirt. You know, strangely enough, I always seem to be wearing this shirt on a Sunday. Don't know why, but It is what it is. But I do have a treat for you guys today, because I remember, you know, if you were here yesterday, you remember that I reviewed the new iced edition, and I think that's kind of a funny name, considering all that's going on. Red Bull released an iced edition vanilla. It was iced vanilla berry Red Bull, and it was fucking terrible. It's dog shit. I hate it. Today I've got a treat for you. God bless you too, brother. It's all right. It's all right, Roshan. You can chill with us, bro. You don't have to sleep, bro. Sleep is for the dead. Sleep is for the dead, brother. But anyway, I have a treat for you guys today, so I'm gonna go get it. I'm gonna go get it. I'm gonna show you. We're gonna take a piss, and then we'll get to it. Here it is. This is a real energy drink right here, all right? So when I say that, I mean it's probably just the same as any other. This has less calories than a Red Bull. More sugar by, looks like about two more grams of added sugar. So instead of 75% of your daily, or 70, I don't remember. I think it was 70. I think it was 75%. Yeah, 75. Instead of 75% of your daily value of sugars, it's 80%. Probably can't see that too well. I'd have to show you the other way. And then let's see. This just has 100% of all your daily values of riboflavin, niacin, B6, and B12, right? Inside of this, there's a lot more stuff though. It's gonna be water, high fructose corn syrup, citric acid, taurine, sodium citrate, caffeine, sodium benzoate, which is a preservative, L-carnitine, inositol, I'm not sure what that is, potassium sorbate, which is another preservative, natural flavoring, sucralose, red 40, niacinamide, which is B3, ginseng extract, guarana extract, pyridoxine hydrochloride, which is B6, riboflavin, which is B2, cyanocobalamin as vitamin B12, and this is produced by Dr. Pepper. And I'll get down to the main differences between this and a Red Bull, which in terms of ingredients, not much difference. I don't think Red Bull uses high fructose corn syrup. I think they use like you know, glucose and regular sugar. This uses high fructose corn syrup, but it is what it is. A Red Bull for a 12-ounce can is about $4 after tax. It's about $4 after tax, depending on where you go. I mean, they could be more, they could be less. The more you sweat and practice, the less you bleed in battle. Yeah. Sure, we've heard that. Dragon Ball Super Part 2 this year? Whoa, I didn't know they were making a Part 2, but that's gonna be sick. But you know, in terms of price differences, it's a Red Bull is 4 times as expensive as this. This is $1. You can go to any gas station with these, and these would be like $1.25 or maybe $1 even. I got this from Dollar General. It was $1. I could have paid $1.25 to get it already cold, but I wasn't gonna have it yesterday. I got it yesterday warm because it's cheaper, 25 cents cheaper, but either way, and just put it in the fridge overnight. So, but when I was an outdoor worker and I saw Red Bull all the time, I'd be like, you know what, these kind of expensive, are not giving me the energy I'm looking for in a day. Oh, I didn't tell you how much caffeine was in here. Yeah, so there's 160 milligrams of caffeine per 16 fluid ounces. So that means for every 1 fluid ounce, there is 10 milligrams of caffeine. So, and I think there were 110 in the 12-ounce can of Red Bull. So even by volume, this has more caffeine in it. Vitamin B8. Okay. So it's B8. But it does not say vitamin B8. It just says inositol, unlike the other ones. But anyway, when I was an outdoor worker and I would go look for, I'd always get, instead of getting a Red Bull because they're expensive and you don't want to buy like, 4 Red Bulls a day or something like that and spend 20 bucks buying Red Bull because, you'll need that many for your long shifts outside. I would get cheaper ones like Rippets or Venoms, and I used to only go for Rippets, but once I tried the Venoms, I was like, this is actually a really good drink. And they have several flavors. I think original, which is kind of just like a monster, kind of like a citrus monster. They've got fruit punch, which is this one, and they've also got mango flavor, which is also pretty good. And I think I've tried them all at this point. But it's a cool can. It's not very fruit punch colored. I think that this was like a misprinted color. I think that they just got the color tone off and said, fuck it, we're going with it anyway. But look, and you can see the plate overlap here. You can see the plate overlap here. There's 2 plates. Well, I don't know if you guys know how they print this, but they probably printed this on like a gravure press since it's metal, and yeah, sometimes the plates have overlap. If you don't know how printing works, you probably won't understand at all what I'm talking about, but I actually did hear about this. Yeah, I did hear about that. So, and that's actually a common thing. Like, people will try to sneak in all sorts of toxic chemicals, funguses, and, viruses into the United States to unleash upon the unsuspecting populace. They will do that. People do that. Chinese people do it. Russians do it. North Koreans do it. Like, anybody that is the adversary of the United States will try to do something similar to that, But anyway, let's get into it. I've had one of these before, so I know what it tastes like, but I'm gonna review it live for you. It's red. It's a red liquid. I guess that's where the red 40 went. Unlike the last one, which said it had blue 1, it was not blue. It was a clear liquid. It was clear. Fantastic. You know what it tastes like? It tastes like a carbonated Hawaiian Punch. Much better, in my opinion. Tastes like a carbonated Hawaiian Punch. Like exactly like that. It tastes exactly like Hawaiian Punch, but carbonated. And if you're a kid, I'm sure you love Hawaiian Punch. And if you're an adult, this is the adult version of it with carbonation. It's really hard to beat. It's super cheap. It's way more cost effective than a Red Bull. Has more caffeine. Has a little more sugar, which is, it's a negligible amount more. But you also got to think that this is a larger can. This is 4 more ounces than a large can of Red Bull. Well, they got bigger cans of Red Bull actually. So, but anyway, this is 4 more ounces of the Red Bull I reviewed yesterday, and only has 5% more of the added sugars. So overall, this has less sugar in it. If you were to consume the same amount, not only would you get less sugar, you would get more caffeine, the thing that you actually want. If you have a question, feel free to ask it. You don't have to state that you have a question. Just ask the question. You're good. But anyway, I'd say that this tastes exactly like Hawaiian Punch. He's got nothing better to do. Don't worry about him. Bored and miserable people, man. Wow, that's really good. Like, doesn't make my tongue red though, so I guess we're good. Although your tongue is already red, right? Or is it pink? It's kind of more of a pink. Kind of a more pink color, but wow, it's refreshing. It tastes good. It is cheap, very cheap. Has more caffeine and only slightly more sugar, but not by volume. It has more caffeine by volume and less sugar by volume. So yeah, with that being said, I think this is a great, yeah, in terms of what I was drinking yesterday, which was dog shit, it was terrible. I hated it. I think that this is a better, I think this is a better choice. Anyway, I gotta go pee. Hold on. All right, and we're back. And I went to wash my towels today, and now they're in my car, which is with my wife, so I don't have anything to dry my hands with. I don't have anything to dry my hands with. Oh yeah, you don't remember? What's up, Atia? You don't remember Dustin? In fact, you might not know this, but Dustin was my very first mod. My very first mod. My very first mod was Dustin Mickle. The guy's a legend. Getting rich shouldn't be the goal. Doing it for the wrong reasons. Damn, I got all the mods in here right now. Everybody's here except for Itchy. So what was your question, mate? Shadow Fiend, what was your question, brother? Semi-famous YouTuber, bro. If you're a semi-famous YouTuber, you're doing better than me. So if you want to become a self-made millionaire, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I think that having money and financial security is a good thing. Do I have any advice for you? I'm not a millionaire, so no, I don't. I really don't have any advice on how to become a millionaire or how. I still don't make any money off of YouTube either, so I don't have any advice about that either. Just keep on pushing, brother. Who cares about money? A lot of people care about money. Or maybe they don't so much care about the money, but they care about the things that money can bring you. That's a trap. I don't know. I think that money is okay. I think that an excessive amount of money is maybe not so much okay. It just depends on how you use that money. Some people use their money for good things, but it's very few and far between. Well, Just stay in school and you'll make money. As long as you've got a good degree. Don't get one of those useless ones like God, social science. What's that terrible degree that everybody thought that they were gonna get like a really good job with? Yeah, social sciences degree. I don't know, something like that. But anyway, wow. Like, I'm not even trying to gas it up in any kind of way, but bro, this is so much better. So much better than a Red Bull. Like, you know, maybe it's just because I like Hawaiian Punch, and I think that carbonated Hawaiian Punch is better. And that's what this is. This is a carbonated Hawaiian Punch with a lot of caffeine. But it is just substantially better, in my opinion, than a Red Bull. It's cheaper. There's more of it. There's more caffeine. Less sugar by volume. And instead of like overloading your body with a ridiculous amount of like niacin, B6, riboflavin, and B12, right? It just gives you 100% of your daily values. That's it. It's made by Dr. Pepper. And I'm more of a Coke guy, but Dr. Pepper's all right too. Teaching degree, yeah. Teaching, no, this is not beer, it's an energy drink. Yeah, teaching doesn't really pay a lot. It doesn't really matter where you go. It doesn't particularly pay a lot of money. Like teachers in America, in the United States, in particular, I think they make like $26,000 a year starting out. If you're like a tenured professor at like a prestigious university, you might make, $60,000, $80,000 a year. It's really not a lot of money. Boyfriend reveal when you post a video of yourself getting hung in the public square. Harvard professors make a lot. Well, yeah, that's one. Like I said, that's a prestigious school that generates a lot of income. So naturally, and not only it's considered an Ivy League school. Like if you go to Harvard, you are supposedly supposed to be one of the smartest kids in the United States. That, or you just have a lot of money and you can go there. But it's a very expensive school to attend, and with that means that you can earn more money. Dr. Pepper is just Coke mixed with root beer. No, it's not. There's 23 flavors. You're just listing 2. Well, sassafras root. I don't think it's made out of sassafras anymore. What root is in root beer? Is it sassafras? It is sassafras. Though it may include other roots like sarsaparilla, licorice, and wintergreen. Yeah, they don't use actual sassafras root because it's carcinogenic, by the way. It has like saffron in it. Is that what it's called? Anyway, there's some it's saffrol. That's what it is. Saffrol, not saffron. Saffrol, and it's a very carcinogenic thing, and they used to make chewing gum out of this stuff, and wondering why people's teeth were falling out and they were getting mouth cancer as well, because you were giving them carcinogenic roots. Yeah, doctors earn a lot of money, but only after a lot of time. And not only that, like you never stop learning as a doctor. Every year you have to go get recertified, and there's always new advancements in medicine, so you're always having to go learn about that as well. So you technically never leave school if you are a doctor. You're always going to school. Yeah, saffrol. God, that is just a pleasant taste in your mouth. Every sip you take is just as good as the last one. Not trying to talk it up in any kind of way, but it is just phenomenal. It is a phenomenal energy drink. It's cheap, it's effective, it tastes good. Like, I don't know what else to say about it other than that it is substantially better than a Red Bull. Substantially better. And this one's really good. I think that the fruit punch is probably the best flavor. I think it would go fruit punch, original, and then mango. And those are the only 3 flavors I've seen. Maybe there are more. Let's find out. Let's find out. Venom Energy. Venom Energy. Make an impact. Okay, so actually this is the this is the flavor. This is the color of the fruit punch one. They have a different. They have, looks to be 8. They have 8 flavors in total, right? And 4 of them are sugar-free or 0 sugar. And they are the original, which is considered the Black Mamba. Fruit punch, which is the Death Adder. The mango, which is the Killer Taipan. And a black cherry kiwi. Oh yeah, I've had that one too, actually. And that one is not, that one was not given a snake name. But this one doesn't have, oh no, it's original but 0 sugar, low calorie, and that one's called the Mojave Rattler. And then the rest of them are just citrus, strawberry, apple, and watermelon, lime, low calorie, but they're also not given snake names. But this one's called the Death Adder. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. 8 flavors. I think they're all pretty good. I've had all the original flavors. The non-sugar-free ones. I've had the original fruit punch, mango, and the black cherry kiwi. Black cherry kiwi is actually really good as well. Peace out, brother. Peace out. I'm 31, by the way. Take it easy, Dustin. Always a pleasure to have you around, brother. Yeah. But it is it a Dr. Pepper brand, or is it just bottled by Dr. Pepper? It's just produced under the authority of Dr. Pepper. Hall of Fame Lane, Frisco, Texas. So this is from Texas. Huh. Frisco, as a matter of fact. Do I like Red Bull? I do. I do like Red Bull. I think Red Bull's pretty good. But there are some flavors that are just atrocious. Absolutely horrible. Your favorite energy drink is cocaine. Man, this guy would have loved growing up in the late 1800s. Does Pepsi own Dr. Pepper? No. As a matter of fact, Dr. Pepper 7-Up is its own brand. It is separate from both Coca-Cola and Dr. Pepper, although Dr. Pepper has been known to use Coca-Cola facilities for their bottling process. But it is actually a completely separate brand. So, let's Google that. Pepsi products would be like, RC and I think Sunkist and, stuff like that. Dr. Pepper brands would be like Big Red, A&W, Dr. Pepper, of course, 7-Up. I want to say even IBC root beer is a Dr. Pepper brand. Pepsi drinks list. So Pepsi has, so they do Mountain Dew, Pepsi, Aquafina, Gatorade, and Mug. And then let's do Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper is owned by Keurig now. So when I said it's independent brand, I lied. It's no longer independent. It is now owned by Keurig. Same people that make the little coffee pods and pollute the world. Yeah, well, they're just listing off the million flavors of Dr. Pepper. So let's look up what, because I'm almost certain that Big Red and stuff like that is yeah. So Dr. Pepper, 7 Up, Crush, which is like Orange Crush, Grape Crush, whatever. Sun Drop, Canada Dry, Sun Kiss, Squirt, Clamato. It's starting to make sense now. Schweppes, and then after that says Hawaiian Punch. It's a Keurig brand drink made by Dr. Pepper. So that explains why this tastes exactly like Hawaiian Punch, just carbonated. Shall we rise up, bud? I don't know. Do I like Monster? Actually, no. I really do not care for Monster. A long time ago, yeah, I did like Monster. Like when I was in high school, I used to drink Monster. I like, the only one I like is the low carb Monster, the blue can. And I don't know. I couldn't tell you why. I think it's probably because I always used to hang out with my diabetic friend. And that's all he would drink was like, you know, Diet Coke and low carb Monster. And that was literally it, you know, it was that and water. And so I think that's probably why. But yeah, no, I'm not a big fan of Monster Energy drink. Minnesota checking in. You know, I've got family from Minnesota. They live up in Roseau County. You know where Roseau County is, my friend? Mike? Did I go to church today? Why am I looking at you like that? What are you talking about, bud? Anyway, do you know, Mike 664, do you know where Roseau County is? Do you know where Roseau County is? Anyway, I got family from Roseau County. And speaking with them, they said that you guys are fucking retarded. Anybody standing up and protesting fucking illegal immigrants getting deported from their own communities, criminals, actual criminals, getting deported from their communities, and people are protesting this, are fucking stupid. It's the dumbest shit I've ever heard, and I agree with them. I agree with them. It's fucking dumb. But back to the Dr. Pepper brands. Real Lemon, Snapple. So the lemon juice concentrate is a Dr. Pepper brand. I didn't know that. Snapple, Core Hydration, Yoo-Hoo's. I love Yoo-Hoo's. RC, A&W, Bai, which is like energy, or not energy water, but it's like a vitamin water type of thing, if I'm not mistaken. Big Red, Verner's, I don't know what that is. VENOM Energies, Stewart's Fountain Classics, Nantucket Nectars, Mr. and Mrs. T, I don't know what that is. IBC root beer, like I said, it is definitely a thing. Cactus coolers, which are actually really freaking good. Margaritaville margarita mix. I didn't know that. Roses, I guess that's like a lemonade or something like that. Some of these brands seem like they might be like a sold foreignly, you know, like they're not sold in the United States, like Peñafiel. That seems like it's like a Spanish drink of some sort. Mystic. And XYI Zions Synergy. So yeah. If they don't like it, they can move to Mexico. Well, you know, like or Somalia, for instance. You know, since they're protesting to keep all the Somalians in as well, they should just move to Somalia. If they like Somalia so much, because that's what's going to happen. They're just going to turn Minneapolis into. In fact, Minneapolis is already Little Mogadishu, according to most people. And like I said, like my family immigrated legally to the United States back in the 1800s, right? Or at least the family in Minnesota did. They were Swedish. They were from Sweden. immigrated legally, which I mean, I'm sure back then it wasn't as difficult, but either way. Came through New York, settled in Minnesota, and have been living there for, over 100 years since then. I think they are well within their rights to determine whether or not, they should be protesting, since we come from a family of immigrants. Most Americans do. I think they're well within their right to protest these immigrants coming in and taking advantage of all of the things that that the American government has set aside for mostly citizens, like welfare and food stamps and healthcare and education and stuff like that. Don't say the I word. What, immigrant? Vikings blood, huh? Indeed. I mean, maybe not. Maybe they were just farmers, That's what they do in Minnesota. They're just farmers. Farming runs in my blood. I don't know about raiding and pillaging foreign lands. Like my last name, Naslund. It just means like thorny grove. I don't think I don't think that they were, pillagers or anything like that. They could have been a long time ago. I'm not really sure. It's hard to say what happened 1,200 years ago or more. They do the same thing. Yeah, they've been farmers since time immemorial. It's a Dragon Ball Z shirt, brother. Dragon Ball Z. But yeah, I think. Yeah. Well, anyway, they think that the people out there protesting are just absolutely retarded. What to do? Got baked in Hawaii. I still know the real history. Dragon Ball GT was nice. You don't care what people say. I prefer Dragon Ball GT over DBZ Kai, if that helps. But for me, like growing up, it was always Dragon Ball Z, and that was it. We didn't have Dragon Ball GT came later, and I wasn't originally the biggest fan of it, but man, Super Saiyan 3 or whatever with or was it Super Saiyan 4? SSJ4 Goku. I think that was what it was. Or he had the tail or whatever. Yeah, it was Super Saiyan 4. Yeah. This was the most badass thing about GT right here. That Goku Super Saiyan 4 was the best. So yeah. Yeah, he knows. Yeah, that was super cool. That was my favorite. That was my favorite. That's my favorite Super Saiyan transformation. Yeah, so there were good things about Dragon Ball GT. It was odd, and coming from Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball, it was an odd thing. It was odd. People don't know that Piccolo was the bad guy. Piccolo used to be the bad guy. Piccolo was the big bad, Piccolo was the main bad guy in Dragon Ball. Which is pretty funny, actually. It was different. Gogeta. SSJ4 Gogeta. Yeah, that shit was cool. That shit was so cool. Yeah, look, it's like it's the perfect mixture of it's the perfect mixture. Yeah, that shit was cool as fuck. That shit was so cool. It almost makes me want to go watch it. I can probably I could probably YouTube it right now. SSJ4 Gogeta. Transformation. That shit was so cool. Fusion. Yeah, so you got two SSJ4s and they fuse into one. That's pretty badass. What's cracking? I gotta mute it because I'm gonna get a copyright strike again if I don't mute it. But yeah, this is so cool. Yeah, there were really cool things about GT, no doubt. Ronaldo, easy pick. Don't get me wrong, Messi's a great player, but the answer is Ronaldo every time. The Fusion Ha thing, bro, that was so corny, bro, but it was cool. It was cool. When you were a kid watching this, you were like, no fucking way, that's awesome. That was so cool. WTF, listen. It's not even a question, bro. CR7 is the GOAT. How many other people are doing bicycle kicks? How many other people are making bicycle kick goals at 40? Zero. Nobody. Just a better player. Well, let me rephrase that. I wouldn't say he's a better player. He's got better stats. He's better in his role. If they were to reverse roles, because I think they play different positions. He plays a forward, right? What position does Messi play in? God damn, I can't type today either. Yeah, Messi plays a forward. CR7 position. He also plays a forward. So they both play forwards, but you know. He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT. Come on. We already know. Well, it's a team game. You can't just place it all on one player. It's a team game. So, you know, that really means nothing. It's the same thing with like LeBron James and basketball. His longevity alone speaks enough to the fact that he's a really great basketball player. He's just had really bad teams over the years that will not win championships with him. So, and you can say the same thing about, you know, oh yeah, Volkanovski. Bro, did you guys catch that? Bro, it was so dominant, so dominant. I knew he was going to kill it. I knew it. I knew my boy was going to retain that belt. Volkanovski's the GOAT. He's the featherweight GOAT. The GOAT. I'm your favorite streamer. Wicked sick, bro. Appreciate it. I appreciate that you didn't say favorite gay streamer in there. That was very nice of you. You're crying and getting goosebumps. We all love you, Diddy. You're my childhood hero. I'm crying and getting goosebumps. You are very strange. Ooh, my favorite club? I like Juventus. Like, I've always liked watching Juventus play. And then, you know, of course I love Barcelona. I love Barcelona, and Messi played for Barcelona for a while. Real Madrid's okay. Like, that was, I think Ronaldo played there for a while. Zinedine Zidane's a great coach. But I think overall, like, yeah, Liverpool's fire. Liverpool's fire. Yeah, but I really like Juventus. I like watching Juventus play. Goat Konofsky. Second longest reigning featherweight champion in history, right? He has only lost 3 fights in the UFC. 2 of them were against the pound-for-pound greatest of all time, which is considered to be Islam Makhachev, which I would agree with. I think he's a great fighter. Fantastic fighter, as a matter of fact. Way better than Khabib. Way better than Khabib. Like, Khabib's okay, but Islam actually is like a tried and true GOAT. Like, the guy is like no ducking fights. One loss. He did get knocked out one time though. He did get knocked out cold. He got clocked one time, but I'm pretty sure he came back and beat that guy like pretty severely another time. Pretty much settled the debate on that. Am I a fighter? No. I'm a lover, not a fighter. I'm a lover, not a fighter, man. But yeah. Yeah, other than that. Damn. I know we were on some sort of topic. But I can't remember what the topic was. I'm seeing more and more of my favorite YouTubers go to like a foreign country. A country they're not from anyway. That's what I mean by a foreign country. I'm seeing more and more of my favorite YouTubers go to a foreign European country and be like, see, it's dog shit. I'm Gustafsson, that's funny. You know, that guy is like really massive. I'm too short to be Gustafsson. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's 6'5". Uh-oh, boy's crying. I gotta go check on him. Hold on. Handsome man. Say hey, buddy. That's a handsome boy. So very handsome. So handsome, I really mean it. What a handsome boy. Are you sleeping, buddy? Are you sleepy now? Are you sleepy? Are you sleepy now? Buddy. My buddy. That's my little man. My buddy. That's my little buddy. Oh, that's my little buddy, man. Yeah, my boy. That's my buddy. Daddy loves you, little buddy. You look tired, little guy. Are you sleepy? Are you sleepy, little guy? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Come here, kid. Baby here. Don't play with that boy. Wow. So, watching from India. Is he Finnish? No, Albin's actually Swedish. From what I recall, the last time we talked to this guy, we determined that he was Swedish. We tried to translate him. Yes. Yes, I do. But anyway, the Venom review, let's just cap it off with, I'm going to give this an 8.5 out of 10. I think that this is probably one of the best energy drinks on the market. It's hard to beat this. It tastes just like carbonated Hawaiian Punch. It's got more caffeine per volume than a Red Bull, less sugar per volume than a Red Bull, and it doesn't have an excessive amount of vitamins added to it. It just gives you the 100%. So whereas a Red Bull in 12 ounces has like 350% of your daily value of niacin, this only has 100% in 16 ounces, which makes it a much smoother, much tastier, flavorful beverage. And the fact that it's made by Dr. Pepper means that this is, excuse me, that this is definitely just a carbonated Hawaiian Punch with caffeine added. That's exactly what this is. Or your typical energy drink blend. Try Sting energy drink. It'd be hard to find a Sting energy drink, I think, because I've never seen them. Yeah, it tastes just like Hawaiian Punch. It's really good. It's like, remember I was saying my mouth was watering yesterday drinking that iced vanilla berry bullshit fucking Red Bull. It tasted like shit. My mouth was watering yesterday because it made me almost kind of want to throw up. The feeling you get before you almost throw up. That's what that was doing to me. This is hydrating as hell and makes my mouth feel very watery. So there's a big difference between those two. And I don't care to explain, but I'm sure that most of you understand already. This is a way better drink. A way better drink than a Red Bull. Like, it's cheaper, it's better for you. That's it. 8.5. 8.5 out of 10. Now there's a Red Bull that beats the flavor of this, but as far as like the contents of this can, there is no Red Bull that will match it. There is none. But the Fiji apple ginger Red Bull, flavor-wise, is the best Red Bull, and probably one of the best tasting, in my opinion anyway, energy drinks on the market today. If they even still making them, but I think that since it's a winter edition one, that it's going to be a limited production run, and that it will likely soon be gone off the shelves. Do I watch anime? Not particularly. Your husband's boyfriend loves your stream, and I'm glad I finally caught one. That's very strange, bro. Do I love anime or manga? No, not particularly. I don't really particularly care for anime. And by that, I guess you're since you put the manga part on there, I guess you're assuming that you're talking about the like Japanese anime, and there are some that are good. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's not that I dislike them all. It's just that I'm not typically an anime person. I like animated shows and animated movies, but typically they're Western animes, which we just call animated. I don't know, cartoons. We just call them cartoons. Cartoon movies, cartoon shows. I like cartoons. Hey. You know better. You know better. You know better. Get out. Don't make me tell you again, boy. Oh, but the other thing about this is that, one, this is quite an amount. Hey! Stay out of there. Get out. Kids. Anyway, this is quite an amount of volume. Blue Eye Samurai goes hard on Netflix. Might check it out. Veteran, negative. Not a veteran. Although I did try to enlist one time, but they denied me. I did try to enlist in the Army, and I was going to go be a 21 Bravo, which I think has been relabeled now. I think it's 11 Bravo now, but back in the day when I was going to enlist, it was 21 Bravo, which is a combat engineer. But I think they've relabeled it. Yeah, oh no, it's 12B now, not 21B anymore. So, mental health reasons? No, other reasons. Criminal reasons. Criminal reasons. When I was in the process of being enlisted, I got arrested for disturbing the peace by intoxication. And that alone was enough to deny me at the time for service. And after all the court and stuff got done for it, I did not attempt to re-enlist. But now I'm 31 and I think the cutoff is 29, so. Also, I don't want to go fight, yeah, exactly. You know, I thought it was bullshit too, but either way, I also do not want to go fight foreign wars for Israel. And that is essentially what we do. That or go fight for drugs in the Middle East. Drugs, gold, oil. I'm not for that, and I'm not for sending our soldiers overseas to fight other people's battles at all. My brother got deployed to Afghanistan, and yeah, I didn't support that either. Come here, buddy. Oh, little buddy. Little buddy, man. Little buddy, man. Look at that chin. Look at my buddy's chin. You can't pick up Solomon. He's too heavy for you to pick up. You want to pick up your brother? Here. Pick him up. He's bigger than you almost. You can't pick him up. Come here. Don't do that to him. Don't do that to him. Do not do that to him. I'm not going to tell you again. You don't grab the cat like that. You don't grab your brother like that. You hear me? You hear me, Missy? You hear me? Bro. Get your brother, though. Do something with him. Play with him or something. Jesus. I gotta pee. I gotta pee, and you kids are impeding me. Impeding me from taking a pee. That is a good damn energy drink. That's what I'm talking about. I feel energized. I feel ready for my day. I'm not gonna do anything, but I feel ready to do that. I feel very ready to do nothing. That is a good damn energy drink. It tastes just like Hawaiian Punch. Like identical to Hawaiian Punch, just with carbonation. And here it all comes out. Sounds like my daughter is probably terrorizing my son. Can't even take a piss. Oh, this is the longest piss of the day, I think. Wow. Wow. What a freaking pee, dude. It was Venom Energy Drink Fruit Punch Tastes just like Hawaiian Punch. Just like it. And as it turns out, we did a little bit of research into why, and it's because Dr. Pepper is the manufacturer, I guess you can call it manufacturer, of Hawaiian Punch. And oh my freaking God, boy, how do you, listen, why does he do this? Look, he's grabbing the knife. Quit grabbing the knife. Stay out of the drawer. What is this? Bro, I can't leave the room for 5 seconds without the kid grabbing the most dangerous thing in the drawer. Babies don't need knives. Bro, what do you need a knife for, dude? I need to go to get some more neutral colored knives, I think, and put them on the counter instead of the drawer. It's like instinctually ingrained in children to grab the most dangerous thing imaginable, the most dangerous thing freaking possible. What is that about? What is that about? How do they do it? How do they do it? It's like there's so much stuff they could grab, but they just instinctively grab the worst thing they could. It's crazy. It's unheard of. They're such dangerous creatures to be around. Tiny terrorists, man. They're tiny little terrorists. Bro, I'm getting around to it. Just relax, okay? Relax. I'm getting around to it, I promise. My fingers are just too big to fit in your bottle and wash it properly. I'm gonna struggle with it for a second, alright? There we go. That's a good wash. That's a good wash. Wow, man, I can't get over just how much better that was to enjoy than that damn Red Bull. So here's a question I've always had. So, like the fat inside of dairy products is lactose, right? That's the fat. That's where the flavoring of like milk comes from, is lactose. It's the fat part. The fatty part, lactose. That's what I thought anyway. So when they say like reduced fat milk, do they mean like it's just reduced lactose? Is there's less so when you get like 2%, is it 2% reduced lactose and 1% reduced lactose? Is that what that means or what? And if that were the case, like why is skim milk not lactose free? Maybe, oh, you like bangs are okay, but bro, I really hate the orange dreamsicle flavor. I don't like the orange. I don't like creamy flavored energy drinks. Why do you keep doing that? Why do you keep running around the house with a damn rubber duck in your mouth? No, I stole this kid. This is not my kid. I stole it from the supermarket. I don't know whose kid it is, to be honest. Gay as in jolly? What you talking about, bro? It's crying. Yeah, the babies are always crying. You know that that's the only way babies communicate. So they cry when they're happy, they cry when they're sad, they cry when they're mad. So babies crying is nothing out of the ordinary. I tell you what is out of the ordinary. Well, maybe for a baby that's not very abnormal, but my daughter is running around the house with a rubber duck in her mouth. Aren't you, kid? Oh, camera shy. Camera shy. The name of the baby? I don't know. Like I said, I stole the fucking thing. Have no idea what the name of the baby is. Couldn't tell you, don't care. I'm just raising it until it's old enough to be a farmhand. And I can get a couple years of free labor out of it legally. Oh, it's this fucking guy again. Here we go. All right, man. For the millionth time. Hold on, I gotta go log in and then report him again. Again. I don't know how many times I'm gonna have to do this. What's his at? But I looked up his page, and I guess he just does this to everybody. Yep. Here we go again. Report. Joined January 31st, 2026. So, I guess he's gotten banned again. Oh, bro, you should have seen one of the fucking god-awful dudes. Like, I think that what was it? Let's see, which one is it? Yeah, so, here is another one of his profiles that I have banned. And now it is this guy, which... For all I know, that could be him. Who knows? But let's see. How many of them have been banned now? Yeah, see, this one's also impersonating this guy, or is this guy. But yeah, it's pretty annoying. I have to go back and do this all the time. It's not him. Yeah, he just goes around impersonating people, but I'm pretty sure that a few of these probably have been banned. Well, let me see. I guess they would be... I guess not. I guess not. I guess they're all still active. Including this most recent guy. Very strange. Very strange that they would do that. That's your account, Jade Moreau? I don't know about that. I don't know about that either. What did I hunt today? I have not hunted anything today. That's the second time today, you say? I don't know how long it takes YouTube to go about like reviewing all these reported pages and accounts or whatever, blah blah blah. But yeah, it gets pretty annoying after a while. Like whatever though. Hide him and that's it. He'll make another account and he'll do it again. Very strange. Those people are so cool. Wow. Well, there are people like this, huh? Whatever, though. Where am I from? I'm from Florida, United States. Yeah, well, my advice to you on that matter is that I would stand up for your actual European neighbors. I mean, even though you're not ethnically European, like if you say that you're a naturalized European, I would stand up with them and declare that these people need to leave. They need to get out. They need to go back to their home countries, and they need to stay there. They're not allowed anymore. You need to colloquially come together and reject the ideas of the European Union, who are actively working to destroy the continent. So yeah. No, I don't do Coke unless you mean Diet Coke or Coke Zero. I'm a big fan of Coke Zero. Did you guys check out Steve MRE's reviews? What, right here? What is this? That's a pimple patch, bro. A pimple patch. Ew. God, that looks terrible. You know, I recently found out that one of my favorite YouTubers died in a car crash last year, and I had no idea until I saw it on Explore With Us body cam. And I was like, no fucking way, bro. And I guess the reason I didn't notice is because, like, his wife has been posting his unfinished, or like his, unposted stuff, his unposted material. And I found that out, and I was very sad to hear about that. It was very sad. Anyway, the guy's name was Andrew Cross. His YouTube channel was Desert Drifter, and if you guys want to go check it out, he's got a lot of very cool explorative content where he explores the American Southwest and the Grand Canyon and other types of stuff. He looks like looking at ancient settlements or like campsites from the natives that have lived there in the past and various other things. So I recommend you guys go to his channel and check it out. And doing that, he may have passed away last year, but that still helps his wife, and getting view time and hours and stuff like that. That is a source of income for his wife still. So I think going and checking that out is a pretty good idea. And I'm sure that Evelyn would very much appreciate you guys' support, because that is a difficult thing to deal with, losing a loved one, especially someone like your husband, and somebody that is so beloved by so many different people across the world. Desert Drifter is one of my favorite YouTube channels, and I'm very saddened to find out that he died. But yeah, it's still one of my favorite YouTube channels, and they still post stuff every now and again. Like you can see here, right here, Desert Drifter. And yeah, it's one of my favorite YouTubers, and this is, I guess, it's going to be the last video they ever post. But just watching the content and getting the same enjoyment out of it that I do. I mean, I'm sure that lots of other people do. It's largely beneficial to him and his wife. Well, his wife now. So I would recommend it. Hold up. Olaf from Nagaland, India. That's a wicked sick. This is not a hickey, bro. It's a pimple and a pimple patch, bro. Chill out. Where's the kid's mother, bro? Wherever the fuck she wants to be, bro. Why do you guys always ask that? How much does just one of those cost? What? How much does what? A sausage sambo? What is a sausage sambo? I'm googling it. I'm googling it. Sausage sambo. It's like a hot link and a piece of bread. That's all it is, bro. What? Oh, how much do MREs cost? It just depends, to be honest. Like if you get a box of them, though, like it's usually about like 120 bucks at most. But it's like 12 meals, I think. Let's find out. I like lots of MREs. Like it depends also like the menu, like if it's like a humanitarian one or like the vegetarian kind. And those are typically cheaper. They're also cheaper made. But like if you get like a long range patrol ration kit, like and then I have like 6 to 8 meals in it. LRPs. Those can run anywhere from like, you know, they're actually larger in volume, so you know they could be a little more expensive. So let's go to MRE Depot and see what they've got. View all their MREs. Yeah, so a case of 12 meals of menu C military MREs with their heaters are gonna be 140 bucks. So really not that bad. And this is just from this particular website, but you can get them for cheaper on places like Amazon. And it also depends on the type you're getting. Like First Strike rations are typically more expensive, but they're like the same amount of stuff in like a compact thing. I've never seen Sanford and Son, but that's terrible. It always sucks when someone dies. You just watched Forrest Gump and you loved it. Forrest Gump is good. Let's go to Amazon and check it out. MREs. So you can get Warnick Sopaco, which is like the Sopac. Sopac is typically the ones responsible for making the ones that are sent to the U.S. military, and you can get a looks to be 2-case, the whole kit. You can get the A and B cases for $86.99 on Amazon with the expiration date. Well, the inspection date is going to be 2025 or 2026 or better, it says, but the cases that they're showing, it says the inspection date is 12/24. But you know, this could be an older image, but Sopatco makes really good one. Ameriqual makes okay ones. And then anything else I would look into a little further. I do a little further research of your own. Like I said, like I always do research into these things before I buy any MREs. I don't have any right now to show you, but the best in my opinion to go look at is Steve 1989 MREs. I think that, let me look it up. Yeah, Steve 1989 MRE info. That's the best MRE reviewer. He is well known, has been doing it for quite some time now. Let's see. I think his oldest video is probably 10 years ago. 10 years ago, and he tries a variety of MREs, no doubt. Like they're not all like modern or recent MREs. Sometimes he tries like old C rations from like World War II and stuff like that. But For the most part, like, he does very solid reviews of them all. And I recommend him if you want to go do some research of your own into what kind of MREs, because, you know, they're all very subjective things. Still have the affiliate links on some of them. Yes, on some of my streams. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. But like, that's probably on the game streams mostly. I've taken them off of these. Drink water, bro. If you knew how much water I drink, you wouldn't be saying that. I probably drink more water than the average person does. I probably drink more water in a day than the average person does in a week. I go through no less than like 6 bottles of water a day. In fact, I'm getting thirsty talking about it. I want more water. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go get a water. I'm going to go get a water, and I'm going to go get a Diet Coke to wash that water down. Right now. Right now. Rocking around Christmas tree, have a happy holiday. Everyone's dancing merrily in the new old-fashioned way. Oh, it's cold, bro. It's not cold. The water's not cold. I don't drink cold water. I drink room temperature water. I'm not taking sips either, bro. I'm guzzling this shit. It's gone. Watch. Gone. Crushed it, bro. I gotta go pick that up. Rocking around the Christmas tree, have a happy holiday. Oh yeah, that was delicious. But like I said, like, if you want to get MREs, like, your options in the United States are literally going to be like Sopaco, Ameriqual, you know, those types of brands. Like, you're not gonna get a pack of like Finnish MREs. It's just not gonna happen. Like, getting foreign MREs in the United States is incredibly hard to do. Although you can get UN humanitarian meals, which is like it's like a vegetarian halal type of MRE for like humanitarian missions, like in disaster scenarios where they send like all these vegetarian meals to like foreign countries and stuff like that. But you can get those, and those are they're not bad either. The vegetarian ones aren't always bad. Like, it's usually like a lentil soups and stuff like that. Something that's, you know, got protein still. I pee more than an average person as well. Maybe, we'll see. I keep hydrated. You gotta hydrate, dehydrate, and then hydrate some more. To quote that movie with Jake Gyllenhaal in it. What was that movie called? Jarhead. What is my gender and pronouns? Really? Get the fuck out of here. That fucking gender and pronoun bullshit. There are only 2 genders, there are only 2 sexes. And there are only pronouns for either one. You're either a he or a she, and there's no in between. Fuck that. Don't be respectful here, bro. If you think I look like a dude, call me a dude. Don't fucking ask about my gender and pronouns. Fucking, we are way beyond that. We are way beyond that. Woke is dead. SJWs are dead. Social justice warriors, dead. I don't know what you're planning, Cat, but the answer is no. Whoa. You're a sneaky little kitty. You're a sneaky little kitty. Trying to go somewhere. Trying to go somewhere. How often do I trim my nose hair? I don't trim my nose hair. This is what I do. Nose hair. Done. How? It kind of hurts. We're not doing that twice. Ow! Ow! Chill, cat. Ow! Son of a... If you look at my hand here, you'll see that there's like pock marks in it. It's from cat teeth. Where this cat has embedded its sharp needle teeth in my damn arm and hand. Oh, bro. Drinking sucks. I don't even like drinking anymore. I had a little bit of mead, probably a few weeks back. And I was like, man, I freaking hate this, bro. It was terrible. I hated it. I hated it. I hated the feeling. Ow, cat. Ow. That's the soft flesh. I was being nice by letting you up here. Now this is how you treat me. Ow. Stop. Stop biting on me. I'm trying to pet you. Let me pet you. Why are cats like this? See, this is why I don't like cats. Yeah, I used to smoke weed, but I quit smoking weed. I had a little bit of weed like a few weeks ago when it was really cold outside and I was bored. Why are you being mean to me? This is why I don't like cats, bro. You treat them nice, you feed them, and then this is what they do to you, bro. Exactly. Cats have no loyalty, bro. They don't love you. Although it's not using its claws, and that's a good signification that it's actually just trying to play. And then occasionally it'll just give you a light bite and start licking you. Now I don't know if that's because they like the taste of your skin and want to take it off of you. But the fact that it's not using its claws at all, even when it kicks at you, that's a good signal that it's actually just trying to play. It wants to play with you. It doesn't know that this hurts. Cats are not capable of loving you. Only you are capable of loving your cat. Cats don't come to you because they want to love you. Cats come to you because they want to be loved. Cats don't love you, though. Not like a dog. Dogs love you. Dogs are loyal. Cats are not loyal and they don't love you. They don't care who their owner is. If I were to give this cat to my neighbor, it wouldn't come back. It would stay over there. It has no loyalties. That's how cats are. That's why I'm a dog person. Not that I dislike the cat too much. I hate this cat, actually. But he's so cute. So cute. You're just a vicious little predator. Cats are way smarter. Yeah, but they're also way less useful. You can't get anything. There's nothing to gain from having a cat, except for maybe it might catch mice, but if you don't have mice problem, then cat useless, right? But dog is useful. Dog go hunting. Dog play fetch. Dog love. What do I think? It's the only animal that never changes its instincts. Right? They are simply predators. In fact, the domestic house cat is the most successful predator on the planet. If you Google that, you'll find that the domestic house cat is responsible for the extinction of over 80-something species of other animals. They're predators, and they're very successful predators. This cat is clean. This is actually one of the strangest cats I've ever owned. Because, if you can even say that I own it, because it really owns itself. Cats are like that. The African wildcat. I think the domestic house cat's like the most successful predator. African, let's look it up. African wildcat. This just looks like a damn cat. This looks nothing like... What makes it wild? Most successful predator. Yeah, here it says domestic house cats are considered one of the most highly successful predators on the planet due to their natural hunting instincts and physical adaptations, allowing them to kill billions of small animals each year. Their physical adaptations are their stealth with their padded paws that allows them for silent movement. They can run up to 20 miles per hour in short bursts, and they can jump up to 9 times their height. They hunt a range of small animals including birds, rodents, reptiles, and amphibians. And that diverse diet showcases their adaptability as predators. While cats are effective hunters, their predation has significant ecological consequences. They are responsible for the decline of various species, particularly in island ecosystems where native animals lack defense against such predators. Conservationists often advocate for keeping cats indoors to protect wildlife. Yeah, fucking cats are bad. Like, house cats compare... Let's look at how they compare to let's look at house cat predation success rate. Domestic cats have a hunting success rate of around 30 to 70% depending on the environment, with studies showing that they can kill an average of 2.1 animals per week when outdoors. This high success rate contributes significantly to wildlife mortality, particularly among birds and small mammals. And it is estimated that cats kill 2.4 billion birds per year and 12.3 billion small mammals. Look, you see when its tail flicks, that means it wants to attack. It sees another cat on the screen and wants to kill it. You can't go up there, kitty. That cat's not real. Well, it's real, but it's not there. It's already 2 a.m. there, bro. Go to bed. I've had a domestic cat mixed with bobcat before, and it was huge. It was huge and was a problem for the other neighborhood cats. Had a harem of bitches. It sliced my freaking hand open. And I'm a person. I'm like, I gotta be 20 times the size and weight of that cat. Right? And it still had no problem punching its teeth into my damn hand. Peace out, unknown. Yeah, cats are evil, man. Cats are evil, bro. Good night, though. Peace out, brother. You know what I want to look more into though? So me and Slimer were talking about those crystal skulls. The crystal skulls. And I kind of want to look a little more into that because those are very interesting to me. Pre-Columbian Mesoamerican artifacts by their alleged finders, anyway. Come here, kitty. Stay out from back there. Oh, it says that crystal skulls were actually made mostly in a German town called Eider Oberstein. Well, a lot of them anyway. Or it says none of the skulls in museum collections come from documented excavations. Research carried out on several crystal skulls at the British Museum in 1967, 96, and 2004 shows that the indented lines marking the teeth were carved using jeweler's equipment, rotary tools developed in 1960. Unlike the Mitchell Hedges skull, no, they said it's fake too. They said that it was carved from quartz, but it was fake. So I don't know, are they fake or not? Well, yeah, I mean, you could just look at the like the pyramids in Egypt. Like those are obviously well over 4,000 years old, I think, or at least 3,000 years old. Yeah, they say it's F.A. Mitchell Hedges that which is like some chick that started all that. The 13 no vegans. Yeah, we're not vegans. No veganism. But the whole legend of the 13 skulls coming together to prevent a catastrophe at the end of the Mayan calendar. That apparently started in the 1970s, and they were considered like mythological potent relics from ancient Atlantis. I don't know though, you know. But I think somebody actually found some pretty genuine proof that Atlantis is a real place. And that it's these weird islands, right? Let me Google Earth it for you. It's the best way I know how to do this is to Google Earth it, because I don't remember what the islands were called, but they're considered like the most possible. I don't need this. Yeah, there we go. They started doing all this weird stuff. Was it these islands? I don't think it was these islands. I'll have to find them again. Have you guys been seeing that? If you look at, everybody thinks that they found Jormungandr or the Leviathan on Google Earth. What does that look like to you? What does that look like to you? Let's do it this. I'd say that looks like Jormungandr to me. That looks like a snake. Snakehead, yeah. It does. It looks like a snakehead. Even down to like the sensory gland of their nose. It even looks like a snakehead, like really close. This very interesting island chain looks like the tip of a snake. If you go down, it almost looks like there's a tongue sticking out even. Yeah, they think that has something to do with Leviathan. The Bible one. But anyway, we're trying to find Atlantis, which some people say it's in Mauritania, because they've got this very strange thing here in Mauritania. I don't know if you've ever seen this, but you can see this from space. Doesn't that look very odd? These concentric circles, right? Very odd. The reshot structure, that's what it's called, the reshot structure. That's what it looks like. But yeah, no, this is a very odd founding, and since this used to be an ancient seabed, they think that this is potentially Atlantis also, but we don't know about that for sure. We don't particularly know. But I'm trying to find those damn islands that they're talking about, that they say this is like the absolute best proof that it was probably a real place. What's that freaking cat doing? Hold on. Hey. Oh. Messing with that little freaking asshole. I'm done. We're done. But anyway, to find Atlantis, you have to look at like the way it was described is there was concentric circles that were part of a spire and all sorts of stuff. But it's a description of Atlantis by Plato. Let's look it up. Powerful island empire located beyond the Pillars of Hercules, which is the Strait of Gibraltar, characterized by concentric rings of land and water. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, I mean, it's a good possibility that the Rashad structure in Mauritania is actually Atlantis, because here I'll show you the map here. All right, so here is Gibraltar, right here, right? That's Gibraltar. The Strait of Gibraltar is considered the Pillars of Hercules right here, this area. So Hercules, anyway, big fucking rocks, basically. Big rocks around here. Strait of Gibraltar, right there. All right? And it's beyond the Strait of Gibraltar, down here in Mauritania. Right here. This is it. And if you look, there's Gibraltar. Here's the Rashad structure. This was an ancient seabed. And this is what we see here. We see concentric rings of land and what was once water. That's what all this flow is. Land, water, land, water, land, water. That's exactly what that is. You live in Gibraltar? So, I mean, there is a good chance that this is actually, oh, it's the Rashad structure, not Rashad. I don't know why I said Rashad. Yeah, it's very much considered to be ancient Atlantis. And I wonder if you're allowed to excavate it. I wonder if they're allowed to excavate it. Some theorists suggest that the Rashad structure was once at sea level, which would support the idea of it being an island. They argue that geological changes over the last 11,000 years have raised the land, which is true because it used to be an ancient seabed. Satellite imagery shows salt deposits, which proponents claim indicate past exposure to seawater. I mean, the Sahara was an ancient seabed. Like, it's no secret. Like, they know that now. So it's a very good it's a good chance. But it says critics argue that the size and layout of the Rashad structure do not consistently align with Plato's detailed descriptions of Atlantis. But it is pretty close. But it is pretty close. I mean, I think that's enough to. I think that's enough to potentially link it, because one, it was once in the sea. Two, it has concentric rings and circles. You know, water, land, water, land. You know, it has that. And two, it is close to the area in which Plato described it, which is past Gibraltar, basically, the Pillars of Hercules. So I think there's a good possibility that this is exactly what they're talking about. Yeah, the weird events in the Sahara. And also, let's look at the ley lines. Let's look that up. So let's look that up, because all of these ancient civilizations are always on ley lines, right? So let's do an image of them, all right? All right. So here is that's a very small image. All right. So here's a picture of ley lines, right? So there's Mauritania right there. Let's Google this again. Mauritania, right here. Remember that spot. And then look at this. Let's see if we can get a bigger image of it. Explore the map. Can I see it closer? Are they gonna zoom in for me? I don't know why they won't let me zoom. I wonder if I could do it on Google Earth. If it falls on a ley line, though, I think that would be pretty good example of this could possibly be exactly what they're talking about. Can I search? Add path or polygon, add place marks, measure distance area, contours. Overlay ley lines. There we go. I'm asking Google Earth to do it with their AI tools, since I feel like that would be the simplest way to do it. But it doesn't seem to be wanting to do it. It's still thinking. It's thinking. Oh, wow. That's really... that only can you do all of them? Let's try the ones through the African continent. It's the best way to do this, I think. Man, AI sure is freaking useful. They didn't mark any of that for me. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah, okay, so yeah, all right. So I would say that yes, that these pretty much directly line up with it. So here's the two places that here's the pyramids, here's the oasis, the Siwa Oasis, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's the Siwa Oasis, right? Two very important spots. This is the Giza pyramids, if I'm not mistaken. Pyramids at Giza, yeah, the Giza necropolis, right? And then if you just go straight over from this, Egypt, boom, 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 boom. And this is the Rashat structure right there. So it's pretty close, and I would say that it almost definitely lines up with those two spots. You know, I would say that it almost definitely lines up with those two spots. And then look, here's the ones that they pulled from the St. Michael's ley line, right? That's what that is, this one, which lines up pretty much right here, but it goes to Israel right here, which is another spot that lines up pretty close. So I'd say that this is probably the best chance of this actually being Atlantis, although it's smaller than they expected. But I think there's a good possibility that that is actually Atlantis, and that like maybe we would investigate it more if it wasn't in the middle of the damn Sahara Desert. Probably. Like, I think the closest water source is very small and far away. It's the Oasis de Tenouche. However you say that. What country is this in? Mauritania? Mauritania still? So I don't know what language they speak in Mauritania. But probably French. I would say. Arabic? No, they speak Arabic. It says French is commonly used in education and administration, so a lot of them do speak probably French as well. But I don't know, man. That could be Atlantis, bro. It could be Atlantis. I don't know. It falls on a ley line, I'm pretty sure, so it could be. That's the best determination of whether or not some ancient civilization is real, because they all fall on ley lines. All the most important things in the world are all on these ley lines. It's very strange. Very strange. But the problem is that Atlantis is considered to be larger than Libya and Asia combined. Now, I don't know how they get that, but this is not bigger than Libya. Libya is much larger than this one area. So I don't know, man. I wonder if you can go to the capital of Eritrea and see all the blood still. Certainly doesn't look very good. Man, I gotta piss. Surprise. Surprise, surprise. That damn song, I don't know if it was that song or whatever my daughter was watching on the TV yesterday, got me a copyright strike in Belarus and Russia. So one of my live streams has a copyright strike from Belarus and from Russia. Did you guys know that Ukraine just means borderlands in Russian? And then, if that's the case, then the question is, well, whose borderlands? And the answer is Russian. And that back in the 800s, so the 9th century, Kiev, which is the capital of Ukraine, was actually the capital of Russia. Kiev and Rus, which means Russia. So they're actually Russian. They're over there fighting, pretending to be a separate country, but they're not. Ukraine was invented back in the end of the Russian Revolution in 1917, 1919, something like that. So keep that in mind. You know what language Ukrainians speak? Russian. You know what alphabet they use? Cyrillic, which is the Russian one. Strange. Oh man, I feel better now. Anyway, what do you guys want to talk about today? What else have we got on the plate today? We've already explored quite a number of topics, and I gave you a good review of one of my favorite energy drinks of all time, Venom. Cheap, effective, delicious. That's crazy as hell. I've been trying to play through Fallout 4. I don't exactly remember anything about it, other than that you can build stuff. Unlike the other Fallouts, you could build like structures anyway. You could build like weapons in Fallout 3, and you can build. You could craft stuff in New Vegas and stuff like that too. But nothing like structures or anything. And I did not remember. But that is the worst part of that game. It is the most boring fucking shit in that game. It's boring as hell. But I guess if you're really good at it, and you're really good at using their little creation tool, or I don't know what they call it anymore, but their workshop or whatever, I guess it could be pretty cool. Did you guys hear that Sha'Carri Richardson got arrested for super speeding in Florida? Content in the Epstein files doesn't allow us necessarily to prosecute somebody. Attacking the U.S. would spark a regional war in the Middle East. Doubt it. Who's going to come to help them? Lebanon? No. Hezbollah? No. They don't want that beef. They don't want that beef, bro. They can't even deal with Israel. GOP loss in Texas special election. I don't remember hearing about that, and I live in Texas. Got a lady that looks like Rogue. Got a lady that looks like Rogue as our Director of National Intelligence, saying that there's very glaring voter suppression at the raid after they raided Fulton County election offices. I'd believe that. I would believe that, definitely. Why wouldn't they want to rig it, keep Trump out of office? Everything else they've done didn't work, so why wouldn't they try to rig the election? Man, the news just makes me sick. I hate the news, to be honest. Israel striking Gaza again. They say Hamas violated the ceasefire. They always have a reason to launch missiles at civilians. They're just going to keep saying that. So until they turn Gaza into a parking lot, they're just going to keep saying, "Oh, they violated the ceasefire. They violated the arrangement. It was Hamas. Like, these are the same people, mind you, that arrested some of these people and then started raping them in prison. On camera. Where'd everybody go? You guys don't want to discuss anything anymore? Slimer, I bet you're still here. Who got reported? Oh, is there another one, bro, that I missed? I'll do it too. Well, I can't even report this channel because it's already been reported. It joined today. It literally joined today. Whoa. Excuse me. They always do that. It's super weird. Excuse me. I got the nicotine hiccups. Man, it's super weird. Like, you gotta be a pretty bored individual to do that. Like, how do you even make a YouTube account that quickly to go do this? You gotta be a pretty dedicated troll, like they said. Let's check out what Asmongold's got to say today. He's one of my favorites. Oh, they did a rug pull. Intrepid Studios did a rug pull. Frick. Did anybody read the part of the Epstein files that said the guy is like a Hamas, not a Hamas agent, a Mossad agent, worked with Mossad and the CIA? I like how they just kind of glaze over that part. I don't even think he's dead. I think he lives in Tel Aviv now. I think he's alive and well in Tel Aviv. Jesus. Oh, cat, I'll kill you. Don't go back there. Don't go back there. What's this Heartopia thing? Casual life sim? Looks like dog shit. Looks like weird anime fucking dog shit. Not doing it. Frick. You know, I used to be really big into Dota 2. I don't know if anybody's ever played that. That's the second most popular game on Steam. Second most popular free game on Steam, but it's actually a really good game. You know what really makes me upset? Is that when Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege came out, I was expecting it to be like other Tom Clancy games, other Rainbow Six games. It was nothing like any other Rainbow Six game. And it was like $30 when it came out, and I bought it. Now it's free. Also, I own Trials Fusion, but like, for some reason, I no longer have it. Or not Trials Fusion, Trials Rising. For some reason, now it only lists the demo of Trials Rising. And, like, the full game is locked to me, even though I paid for this. Even though I paid for Trials Rising, the full game is now locked for me. And I don't know why. And I don't know how to fix it either. Nor do I really care to. My daughter's having a lot of fun. That's good. And she's not bothering me. Well, if you guys aren't going to say anything other than you have Ebola, I guess I'm going to go ahead and cut the stream here at 2.5 hours today. It's been a pretty good stream, pretty productive anyway. And I will catch you guys later. So peace out. Thanks for tuning in if you did. Make sure to drop that subscribe button. We'll see you around, guys. Peace out.